Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2020 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification. Now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body, like storm clouds. Feeling yourself centered, at peace, in alignment with your inner self. All right. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, August 2020 money and career. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Fantastic. Now before we dive into this, let's see what your chakras have to say for this time. Virgo, August 2020 money and career. Virgo, oh goodness. August 2020 money and career. Virgo, August 2020 money and career. Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're starting here with life purpose. Let's start big, shall we? This is the throat chakra, and this is speaking your life purpose into being. Now, if you're sitting there and you're saying, Dane, I don't know my life purpose, I'm overwhelmed, I feel out of sorts with things, I do have a meditation for calling your life purpose into your life, finding it. But there's also a sense here that you do know your life purpose. I think everybody does, especially when we are small and the world doesn't tell us what we should and shouldn't be and how we should and shouldn't be. And so your life purpose may not be what makes billions and zillions of dollars. It just may never be. But your life purpose is something that makes your heart feel lighter, makes your soul feel more, that makes you feel as if you're doing the right thing with yourself and your soul and your life. And so as you walk in your life purpose, this is walking in your truth, this is walking in your power, and it's speaking that power into existence. It's in your throat chakra, in the very essence of your being, not saying, oh, this is stupid, oh, how could I be so foolish? It's saying, this is profoundly powerful for me. And this profound powerfulness leads me forward. And I know that there is a great plan for me. I know that there is a greater purpose for me on this earth. And that's what leads us to success in money and career. It's kind of like, yes, you can be one of those people who just sits there and, follows the stock market and does all this stuff and, really boils it down to the numbers. But there's also something here that needs to let your soul shine. Because as your soul shines, you will be more successful. You will be more powerful. You will be more. And that's really the direction that you're headed, Virgo. And then we have psychic development. So this is your third eye chakra. And this is you developing psychically. This is you developing intuitively. This is you being powerful and really embracing that. So you're going to have a lot of instincts during this time. And as those instincts come in, you're going to see like, oh, wow, okay. Like, this is how I should be doing things. I need to take this path, not that path. I need to look at things more objectively. I need to be kinder to myself, things like that. And you're going to have instincts. You're going to sit there and go, oh, I have a feeling about this. That feeling becomes true. You're going to do that a lot during this time. And it's your psychic development. And if you're sitting there and saying, oh, I don't have that development, that can't be part of me, then it's really your angels leading you. It's your angels leading you, because I firmly believe that that's what our psychic development is. It is being in tune with divinity. It's being in tune with our angels, and it's being open to the power that they possess. And then we have communication. Again, the throat chakra coming through. You're going to find that you communicate on multifaceted levels. You really do. It's not just going to be the verbal communication that's going to be really important to you. It's going to be the facial expressions. It's going to be the body language. It's going to be, the tone of voice. It's going to be, the text message was, you're going to want things clarified. Like, was this meant to be serious, or was this joking? Was this haha, funny, or was it sarcastic? So you're going to find yourself really being drawn to a deeper understanding with people. And you're going to find that you're not going to feel as satisfied with those quick kind of write-off social engagements. You're going to want something deeper, and you're going to be feeling a lot more from people than you usually do. So just be mindful of that, especially when it comes to work. That's going to be actually kind of like one of your superpowers during this time, is that you can really connect, and you can kind of see what that person wants without them having to kind of spell it out. And then we have play, the heart chakra. And that's really going to be important for you during this time, to remember to laugh, to remember to let joy into your life, to, have this powerful sense of love and success, and to play, to be. That's going to be really, really important for you. It's going to lighten your heart. It's going to embrace your prosperity. It's going to be a powerful part of you. Now, here with the heart chakra, you also have to listen to yourself instinctually, because you're such a caregiver. You're such, and I mean that in the best possible way. You are the person who will sit there and will sacrifice themselves for others. And now it is time to look at your heart and look at the joy and say, okay, I need to also remember that I matter and that I count. So, the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart. The right is your external self. This is the way the public perceives you, or you perceive the public, type of thing. So we have the High Priestess. Then we have the King of Swords. This is an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. Then we have the Knight of Cups, which is a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. And we have the World reversed, which for me is a very beautiful thing. It is a very beautiful thing. It's like you being born into the world and really embracing that power, embracing that understanding of the world. This can also, for some reason, I'm feeling here like a heightened sexual energy with you guys when it comes to your internal self, when it comes to the way that you're embracing the world. Some of you are going to want to, use that energy as creative energy. Some of you guys are going to, just be enjoying this with your partners. But there is going to be this power that moves you forward, that really has you embracing what you desire in love, and being a defender of what you love, and also of your mind. So your mind and your heart are really coming together. And you're guided by the fact that the veil has been lifted from your eyes. And we can definitely see that in your chakra messages. And then we have the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, the repeat of the number 5. That's a freedom number. All right? That's also a number of things being resolved a lot more quickly than you thought they would be. You have the 10 of Swords. You have a heavy heart here. It's not a bad thing at all. It's an intense thing. And then you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a fire sign energy, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. There's a new dawn when it comes to your mind. And that's something that your heart has definitely wanted. You have yourself shining through in the public arena as the Queen of Pentacles. You're represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana, by the Hermit in the Major Arcana. And then you have the 8 of Pentacles. You're hardworking. You have the Page of Pentacles. I mean, you're really you're really giving it your all, and that's beautiful. And then you have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is a moving forward in what you need and what you want. You're leaving some things behind because they're just too much. There's also a sense of seeing what you wish for coming into the world, but also you're going to be very mindful of sneakiness, of people trying to get the upper hand. Just be mindful that you're not seeing sneakiness in everybody. Because again, you're going to be so hyperly in tuned to emotional connections, all right, and to their emotional energy, and you're going to want to dig deeper and know more, and you're going to take things as, oh my gosh, I've messed up, when you haven't. It can just be that they're having a really bad day, or that they're frustrated with something going on at home, or something going on with other people, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. So that's going to be something just to be mindful of during this time, not kind of reading too much into everybody, because that's going to be a direction that can very easily be taken by you during this time. All right, let's look at the people who will be aiding you. Who are the people who will be aiding Virgo? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people who will be aiding Virgo? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people who will be aiding Virgo? August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. These three, okay. Now, when we have people that aid you, when we have people to be mindful of here, Spirit wants to make it clear that these don't have to be people that you know. These might be, YouTubers that you follow, or, podcasts that you follow, or movies that you watch, and books that you read. This information and inspiration is not limited in the way that it comes to you. So it can really affect you in a certain area, like in the swords area, in the mind, or in the cups area, in the heart. Or it could be that these people are, an air sign or a water sign, and you just don't know it. So that's going to be how they present themselves. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. So we have the Princess of Wands. This is a fire sign energy, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. This is somebody who's highly creative. This is also going to be somebody who can be a little bit naive of how things can kind of fall into place, but also has a very regal personal power to them. It's kind of like, yes, they might not see everything, but they do have the best of intentions. They do have this tremendous amount of passion and fire behind them. And they are people who are going to kind of pull you in. Very accepting, okay? Very accepting and very, very much empowering for you during this time. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Again, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have the Princess, the Queen, and the Knight of Wands. So fire sign energy is really quite powerful for you. This can also be for those of you Virgos born on the cusp with Leo. Okay, that fire sign energy is really going to be shining through this time for you, during this time for you. And even if you're not born on the cusp, I do see that Leo energy just really, really shining brightly around you, kind of like this stubborn determination that's really quite charming and endearing. So utilize that because it's really pretty. The Queen of Wands is passionate, is determined, is not afraid to get her hands dirty, she likes to be hands-on with things. There's also going to be a bit of her here with the kitten hidden under the throne, where it's like you don't see all the aspects, you don't see all the things that she sees, and she very much moves you forward when it comes to work, helps kind of embrace those fires, kind of like flame those fires for you to be passionate, determined, successful, bountiful, and there is something in it for her. It's kind of like if you succeed, she succeeds too. Or it can just be that this is one of her passions. This is what she does. And it's part of her life purpose here on this earthly realm to have people move in their proper direction. And then we have Justice. Justice is a Libra energy. So this is also for you people born on the cusp with Libra. This is September 23rd to October 22nd. And this is a person who is very mindful, lawful, balanced, is very respectful of people and of understandings. And this is going to be a person who, again, cuts through doubts and fears. That's going to be a big part of you during this time. It's like not being held back and not being dictated by others. But this is also a sense of justice coming into your life of this person. This could be legal matters coming forward. This could be, just needing to fall into alignment with your passion, that justice guiding you. And as this comes, do not expect, there's something about legal matters, if this is legal matters, for those of you who that resonates with. They may not be going exactly the way that you had anticipated, but it is justice, okay? So I don't want you to sit there and think, oh my gosh, like, I don't have to worry. No, you're definitely going to have to do your homework and be on top of the ball with things. But there is a sense that as you utilize your power and your understanding, and as you really listen, for you, the power of communication, the power of kind of reading between the lines is going to be super important. You will see justice coming forward. You will. Yeah. And now we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess and your psychic development and your ability to communicate, and you're looking towards your life path and the desire to add play to your existence. This really does correlate with the High Priestess, because the veil is being lifted from your eyes, which is the psychic development. And you're going to be seeing things, seeing truths that for a lot of you Virgos, you're kind of like, I could have lived without this. This is intense. This is overwhelming. I'm not sure. That is okay. You can tell Spirit, this is too much for me. This is too much for me, and I need to step more gently. It isn't that you're negating the gift. Not at all. It's that you are saying, with everything that's going on and everything that I'm embracing, I cannot handle one more thing. And that's just part of your truth. And it's a very powerful truth for you. This is you seeing people for who they truly are, not who they want to be. And that also influences your communication, but it also makes you doubt yourself a little bit. You're like, wow, I thought this person was like this and they're like that. I thought I could stand in this truth, but I can't. And the High Priestess shows you the masquerade that the world is. But it also lets you sit there and say, you know what, I don't want to handle this. I don't want to be a part of this. And so there is a lot of the Hermit in the High Priestess. I actually think that's a very beautiful pairing. And for you, it's a very spiritual pairing, Virgo, to have yourself with the Hermit connect with the High Priestess. Because there is a sense of turning inward. There is a sense of moving inward. There is a sense of moving towards what you desire, what you want, what you need, what is a part of you. And as you do this, you step deeper into your spiritual knowledge, your spiritual understanding, the essence of your purpose, and that leads you to very much being the King of Swords. You're actually going to need to kind of embrace this warrior mentality with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. But this is also a person who, stands their ground, knows their truth. This is the warrior king. And as you have so much insight, so much understanding wrapping around you, guiding you, the warrior king is like, I'm going to defend this. This is my purpose. This is my truth. I will not be held back. I will not be, denied this. And so you can find yourself really cutting to the chase a lot of times, kind of like sitting there and saying, yeah, okay, small talk is nice, but we need to get things done. This is a sense of being very goal-oriented. You can be a little bit harsh, a little bit cutting with your words. And this isn't really going to be something that you feel like you need to apologize for, because this is going to be something that is very important to you. It's like, no, I need to get to where I need to be. And you have the Raven here, where like you're embracing the magic around you. You're embracing the God's head within you. And there needs to be this connection between the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. The King of Swords, of course, is a king, so much more powerful, much more authoritative, doesn't have quite the freedom of movement as a knight does. A knight can roam the land. The king has to rule the land. And the king is also seen as a symbol of the land. So the prosperity of your mind, of your understanding, is very much a reflection of yourself. And so here with the Knight of Cups, you have this coming together of your head and your mind. Your head is going to be ruling things a lot during this time. And you're going to be emotionally defending things, kind of really putting your heart into things, really connecting, really moving forward in your truth. There is a sense of needing your armor on, because if you were too emotionally vulnerable, you wouldn't be able to let things kind of like slide off your back, like a duck has water slide off their back. That is really what you need to do. And there is a sense here of moving forward steadily, determinedly, but slowly, because the Knight of Cups is the second slowest moving knight. And so you're not in a rush. And you might say, Dane, I am in a rush. But here, within the cards, there's a lot that you're overcoming within your heart. And so your heart is going to really have you slowing down to defend what's right for it, what's just for it. And so as you slow down and defend, you embrace prosperity. You look at new avenues because you're very successful in the public arena. And you might say, okay, well, that's all that matters. But during this time, it's really not, and it never is all that matters for you here, Virgo, because it's like, okay, I can be successful in the public arena, but I also need to feel fulfilled emotionally and personally. Like my inner self, when I go home and I close the doors, this is what I need to feel like I impacted, like there was a difference. And the world is close to you, and the world is close to everybody. So that is going to be something that, isn't going to be, it isn't a big deal. But also the world, a lot of times, Virgo, is overwhelming for you. And you might say, oh no, it's not. I love being in the middle of everything. But you still need to take breaks. You still have that hermit mentality that is just the essence of your being. And so here, I do see you being birth forward. I do see you seeing things differently, raising your arms in celebration. Kind of, at times you feel like you're free falling, like you don't have the plan that you would want, but there is the power that you desire there. And so this isn't a bad thing at all. This actually is a astoundingly powerful thing. And I like that you are looking at things differently, seeing the world differently, being empowered, looking at your understanding. And that is going to be something that really guides you, that really moves you forward. The world reversed is not saying that the world is close to you in a negative way. It's like, I need to focus on me because I cannot worry about every single aspect of the world because I cannot change it. And that's going to be a very powerful and very honest truth for yourself during this time. You're going to want to. It's your nature to want to help, to want to bring together, to want to, lead people forward in a caring, nurturing way. And with the world reversed, it's kind of like, first focus on you. First lead yourself forward that way, because you have a tendency, Virgo, to sacrifice and say, oh, well, I'll do this for you, but I'll never do it for me. And there can get a point where you get super frustrated, and then it can completely turn and be like, well, what about me? And that's when, you see the quote unquote negative Virgo coming in and being like, no, we have to look at things and be very us-centric, which actually goes against your soul a lot. And that's what happens with every zodiac sign, every person, when they get pushed too far. So we don't want that to happen. And that's why I'm seeing that here. You really want to have this loving, peaceful, kind, compassionate understanding for yourself and for your world. And then we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is something karmic. So as the veil is lifted from your eyes, okay, something karmic comes. Why? Because you're seeing things so much more clearly. And you're also not really going to want to carry around karmic baggage or DNA baggage. So when I say DNA baggage or, hurts and pains from our DNA, it's actually been proven that if your ancestors have lived through a traumatic time, that trauma is passed down. Now, for how long it is passed down and everything like that, that can be something very different or debated. But we've all lived through trauma. Our ancestors have all lived through trauma. Some much more, historically available than others. And it's not letting that trauma define you. It's not letting that hurt, that pain, that disappointment be your roadmap for the rest of your life. It's kind of like, okay, I understand. I understand that life was not beautiful. I understand that people have the capacity to be astoundingly cruel. But it's also walking away from the, we're just never wealthy people. Oh, we always have to struggle or anything like that. So karmically, you're ending a cycle. It can also be ending a cycle through your DNA, not your DNA line. You're definitely ending a cycle through your DNA line, but also through your past life. But since that word really did evade me, I would say this is more your DNA line than your past life line coming in. Now, this can also be things that you have experienced, and you're sitting there and going, oh, why am I experiencing this again? Why am I doing this? And the Five of Swords is like, because you're freeing yourself. You're setting yourself free. And that's super important to your heart. You might be running into people, or situations that you've been in before, and you've kind of backed down. You didn't stand your truth. You didn't know your truth, or you ran away. And now it's like, no, this is who I am. This is what I want. And you're able to stand up for yourself because you're able to see yourself so much more clearer. And as you're able to see yourself more clearly, you're able to embrace your power, embrace your understanding, and it leads you to standing your ground against negative people. But it can also lead you to an internal struggle. It's like, why didn't I do this sooner? How many opportunities did I miss? What is it that I have denied myself? What is it that I don't know? And so it can lead you to doubts and fears within your own career. But that's why you have this steadfastness. It's kind of like your heart is making you doubt. The emotions are super intense, but you have this determination with the King of Swords and with the Eight of Pentacles, where you come through this, and you come through it very, very nicely. So I don't want you to think like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to live in this chaos all the time. This can also be chaos at work that's taking its toll on you, or chaos with work. So no matter where you are, and especially during this unprecedented time, you're looking at things career-wise that is unheard of. So as you're looking at things, you can find a chaos or a doubt or a fear and think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get out of this. You most definitely are. You most definitely are, because you're changing the way that you look at things. And I know when people say this is a growing time, it's not really comforting. It really isn't. It's like, okay, well, that's nice. I'm grown enough. But this is a time where it changes the way you see things. It changes the way that you see yourself. Things are put into question that once felt like absolute facts. And here with the Ten of Swords, for me, it's like every time I see this, I started to see it as a wealth of knowledge that's placed in our backs, that stabs us. It's like we wouldn't take this knowledge if it wasn't thrust into us, which, is not comforting, but it also is comforting in some way. It's kind of like this knowledge, this growth. Divinity said, you have to take it. Because if you think of this, back in ancient times, and also relatively recently, you don't leave weapons out for other people. You just don't. And I think even now, you just don't. And back in medieval times especially, you would go over the battlefield. You would pick up the weapons. Because swords cost a fortune. You just didn't leave them. You just didn't leave them there. And so you have a fortune of wisdom in your back. You do. This is also overkill. You can be really obsessing about things. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Well, obsessing is a negative term, but it can be worrying. I mean, I am the queen of worry, which is something I'm definitely working on during this time. But here, it's like the darkness before the dawn. This is the doubts, the fears, the apprehensions before the light, the peace, the harmony comes in. And the knowledge turns into wisdom. And it turns into you. It's like you're seen as somebody wise and powerful and strong because you have worked for this, and you're now looking at things very differently. You are defending your heart, and your heart does need defending during this time because emotionally you're feeling things astoundingly deeply. And it's making you a student of your prosperity. It's saying, how do I want to move forward? Where is it that I want to be? And the Knight of Wands has you moving forward career-wise within your heart. It's like you might be looking at a new career. You might be looking at new ideas moving you forward. You might be starting a side project and you're like, yeah, this could become something. Or you think, oh, this is just something I need to do to ground me in my passion, in my creativity. It helps me in my day-to-day life. And you will be surprised, Virgo, how it can develop into something so much more. It depends how much time and how much effort you put into it, and even if you wanted to do that. Because sometimes it's a really nice idea to kind of run your own business and do everything like that, but it's also super stressful. So you might find it easier to kind of go a more traditional route. Whatever way, you have the second fastest moving night. And this is determination, dedication, power, understanding, passion, and that's what you're doing. That's how you're moving forward in that determination, passion of mind, and that fire of soul. And that's really beautiful to have at your heart because you're being reborn. You are reborn here. And you move forward with passion and determination, and you're really not willing or desiring to take anybody else's bull. This leads you to the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is you in the Minor Arcana. And here you have a very feminine energy around you, but it's an energy of determination. It's an energy of skill. You might find yourself, it's kind of like, I just see Queen Elizabeth. And one of the ways that Queen Elizabeth made a lot of her contacts, like not contact, yeah, but got a lot of things done. And she's like, oh, well, if you'll do this, I'll marry you. Which it's kind of sneaky, but very interesting. And so you you have that power to you to see what a person wants and be like, well, I can give you that if you, kind of help me out. And it's not saying that you're going to be like Queen Elizabeth and never deliver, but it is saying that you know your worth. And that is going to be something very, very powerful for you. And so, yeah, and she also never didn't deliver. She said, I will consider. So you're also going to be a little bit of a trickster when it comes to your words, which I kind of like. It's very funny because you have that strong throat chakra energy coming forward. And so here you're looking at the seeds that you're planting, you're looking at what you desire, you're looking at what you want. And the bounty moves you forward. It's something that you're nurturing. It's something that you're bringing forward. And that's going to be something really, really great for you. You are looking at your garden, and yeah, because I see the Pentacles, the King and Queen of Pentacles, as like the great planners. So they're the people who know, like, if you have this much rainfall and if you plant, excuse me, these seeds and everything like that, you'll get this much crop. You'll get hopefully this much return on your investment. You look at things and you see the worth and the power behind it. And that's a beautiful part of you. That is an absolute beautiful part of you. Instead of just kind of like flying by your seat of your pants, you have this profoundly beautiful plan. And that leads you to your hard work. And you're going to see the hard work really pays off. The way that you connect with people, the way that you banish, doubts and fears that have been inherited. And this leads you to hard work. This leads you to dedication. And this leads to the hard work paying off. It really does. So here, it's like you've worked hard for where you are. You've worked hard for what you're getting. And I really like that and respect that, because a lot of times we want to think that, oh, we can just have things fall in our lap. And sometimes, yes, sometimes things do just happen, but it also takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. And here, that's what you have. You have the ability to make the gold, to make the profit, to make the bounty, what you value as much as money, come into your life. And then that leads you to be a student. It leads you to look at things and say, well, what about this? And what about that? And how about this? And you get messages from spirit, and you also, ask really important questions. And it sees you moving forward. It sees you empowered. It sees you, dedicated. And as you do so, as you are the student of this prosperity, you are taking your knowledge and you're moving forward to something more. It's like, I'm just getting the song Respect in my head. So you're moving forward to be more respected. And you're also not going to put up with people's nonsense during this time. It's like, no, truth needs to be truth. You're leaving things behind that were too much. They were too much for you. And it's not that they were too much for you. It's that they're not needed anymore. They have a venomous way about them, making you doubt, making you fear, making you, question yourself. And it's like, no, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So let's go deeper. Virgo, August 2020. Money and career. Show me more deeply for Virgo. August 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Virgo. August 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Virgo. August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Right. And now let's see the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Virgo needs to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people Virgo needs to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people Virgo needs to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, 3. Fantastic. I like it when they balance each other. So we have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see this as a person who is very cutting, very biting with their words, very much to the point. This is going to be a person who comes across as very haughty, kind of like, I know what I know. Don't you dare question me. but there is going to be a sense of a power to their insight. That yes, you have to be mindful of them and, be aware that they're just not going to have the tact that you want. But there is also a sense here that what they have to say is valuable. You just also don't want to negate it completely because they have terrible delivery. So just be mindful of that. I laugh because, usually air sign energies have a way with words, and this one is just like they're missing the mark. Chariot, Cancer energy, time frame June 21st to July 22nd. This is a person who is guided by their emotions. They might be too emotionally invested in things, and that's going to be a bit of a turn-off to you. But they're also fighting their own battles, moving forward in their own way, and they are absolutely determined for success. So they're not going to be as connected as you need, and it's going to be something where you sit there and you're like, wow, that person usually always has my back, moves forward in with me. And this time they're not. They're really into their own world, their own self. Right now they're going through their own things. And then we have Aquarius, which is the star card, January 20th to February 18th. This is a person who lives on wishes. This is a person who you might actually find them to be very annoying with the way that they kind of hope, wish, desire, kind of fingers crossed type of thing. But this is also a person who actually has a lot of spiritual knowledge and understanding and has detached themselves a bit from this earthly plane. So you're going to be seeing this person through earthly plane glasses. And what Spirit is telling me right now is that you're really going to want to see this person through a spiritual lens. You really are. So even though this person is, you have to be mindful of them. You have to be mindful because the information that they're going to give is not on the same plane of communication that you are going to receive it. So it's going to feel frustrating, but it's really actually going to be very helpful. Knight of Wands, 10 of Wands, Judgment, Ace of Wands, 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands. I mean, your career is shining through. Absolutely. 6 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I love that you have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So now you're here as the Queen. As the King. And then the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So again, very, very profitable for you. Very much connected on this earthly plane. This is going to be you. Willing to roll up your sleeves. Willing to, and you have her right up here as somebody who aids, willing to get the job done. And so we start off here with the Knight of Wands, again, the second fastest moving knight. So he is determined, dedicated, driven. There is going to be here, as you have the spiritual awakening and as you kind of cut to the chase of things and you defend what it is that you want, there is going to be a sense here of you looking towards the past and kind of thinking, oh, well, that's going to be so much better. Or, not sure. It's either romanticizing the past or thinking or looking back and making sure that you didn't mess up type of deal. And it's like, no, be confident as you move forward. Don't look behind you. It's kind of like look towards your future, because your future, even if you're looking back in the past and you're thinking either, oh, that was really great, or oh, that was really bad, you could actually go back to the same spot and you would find that you yourself are a completely different person, and you will have completely different experiences with your passion, with your career, with the way that you're moving forward, with your intuitive knowledge. And you're not carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders anymore. Here, it's like you're picking up more and more, but you're going to lay it down. And it's kind of like you're making this huge bonfire. It's what Spirit is showing me. It's like, I am successful, I am prosperous, and I'm letting it blaze brightly. And I like how you have this sense of collecting this prosperity, right? Tuning out the outside world, and it makes you a king. It makes you astoundingly successful because you're using your talents, you're using your gifts, you're using your passion itself to move forward. You also have to know here, Virgo, do not carry other people's loads. Other people are going to kind of give you their baggage to carry, give you their trauma, say, oh, can't you help me? And your first instinct is going to be like, oh, of course I can. Oh, I can carry that. Oh, that's no big problem. And then you wind up breaking your back. You wind up absolutely collapsing under the pressure. And that's not going to be fair for you. So really sitting there, healthy boundaries, clear lines, saying, you know what, no, I can't, I won't do that. It's not that I can't, it's I won't, because I have enough to carry right now. And you might feel like a schmuck before, like while you're doing this, but you're going to feel very empowered, very emboldened because of it. And it leads you to judgment. It leads you to your angels calling you up. It leads you to the sense of a resurrection of self as you are reborn into the world. And it's like, yes, this is my path. This is my truth. There can be a very powerful awakening coming for a lot of you Virgos around money, around career, that has this deep emotional and personal impact on you that you had never expected. It leads you to the Ace of Wands, which you are most definitely taking. You have the Knight here, the Defender, the Queen, the Ruler, and the Ace of Wands is passionate energy. Again, this is highly sexual energy, but this is also passion, determination, dedication, fire, power. And this is something that you're really utilizing. And this is a gift that has you looking at the field before you, looking at the world before you with new eyes, with a new sense of determined dedication to yourself, to what you desire, to what you need, and where it is that you want to be. So as you move forward with this passionate power, you move forward in the truth of you. And so here, this is, again, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you this gift, and you are most definitely taking it. As you take it, you have to know here, Virgo, not to let the outside world have a say over your life and yourself. So it's kind of like everybody has an opinion, everybody says everything, and that's cool. That's part of their truth. But it doesn't have to be part of yours. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this person has their head bandaged, they're walking, they're leaning heavily on one of the wands, and it's that they are successful. They met the battle, and they fought it, and they were not destroyed. And that's a truth that you have to know for yourself. You met head first with the battle. You faced it. You were not destroyed. And that's moving you forward in determined success. That's moving you forward in this understanding of self. And it's kind of like here, having a fence. One of those really big, kind of Texas fences here, shutting out the outside world. Saying, no, I need to look within, and I need to look at what I desire, at what I want, at what I need. And as I do so, I am emboldened, I am braver, I am giving myself the respect that I deserve for walking through this battle. And this is right on top of the Ten of Swords, and right next to the Ten of Wands. So you've completed a cycle, but you're not giving yourself due, especially when it comes to your career, all right? When it comes to your passion, the way that you're moving forward. Give yourself the credit that you deserve, because it's seeming here that things are overwhelmed. Yeah, with the Seven of Wands, you're having to defend yourself, choose your battles, stand your ground, and it's kind of like, okay, these are with other people at work. There can be a sense of tension, are things going to go pear-shaped? Is my job secure? Am I okay coming in? And so you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I really have to defend myself. I really have to fight. It's like, stand your ground, most definitely, but do not get involved in everybody else's squabbles and everybody else's drama, because it's just not going to be where you want to focus your energy and what you want to focus on. But don't let people take advantage of you, because they're going to try to. They're going to sit there and think, oh, well, don't worry, Virgo has got that. And you're like, yeah, I handle a lot, but, I'm not here to pick up after you, And then we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is prosperity. It's also clear boundaries. It's like foundations need to be laid, things need to be understood to move forward in the prosperity, in the bounty, in the abundance that you want. And this is also saying there needs to be a give and a take. And there is a synchronicity, a harmony that comes forward with this give and this take, with this understanding. And it links you to what you love as things fall into balance, as things gain justice. And it connects you with your heart more and more. And then it leads you to becoming a king. Why? Because kings have clear boundaries. There are things you'll never ask a king to do, and there are things that a king must do. And so here you are embracing those boundaries, you're embracing that understanding, you're embracing that passion, you're calling in the money, which is fantastic, and you're knowing your truth. And as you do so, you are emboldened, you are enriched, and you are absolutely dedicated. This is, again, like the Queen. This is you seeing many different avenues. This is you seeing many different connections that other people do not see. Let that power guide you. Let that be a part of you. And then the Queen of Wands is this passionate, creative energy that as you defend, as you move forward, and you have the repeat of the number 7 here, so it's very much also linked to your truth, your power, your comprehension. It moves you forward in this passionate understanding. And this is a sense of new dawns, new days. Career-wise, there is some shift that is coming. There's something big that is coming for you. So just be mindful of this. Just be mindful of the creative energy that you have and utilizing it. Because as you do so, you are going to find yourself emboldened. You're going to find yourself standing more firmly and more confidently in the arena of your passion, in your purpose for living. And even if, again, your job is your job. You know, you have a job and you have something on the side that is really super fulfilling for you. Don't negate that something on the side. All right? Let yourself make time for that. It could be an hour every week if that's all you can carve out, because life is crazy. But I would say Spirit is saying at least 5 hours. So an hour every day during the week, or, you know, you can put the weekends in there and cut everything up the way that you want to. But there needs to be that express of passion, because that's what you build off of and that's what you thrive off of during this time. Actually, I think that's just what you thrive off of, Virgo. So let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Virgo, August 2020, money and career. Virgo, August 2020, money and career. Virgo, August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. There we go. So we have the turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. So there's this giving, abundant spirit around you. Give with gratitude and grace. But also remember to give with gratitude and grace to yourself. To be thankful, to recognize your blessings, and to move forward in that peace. It's almost like telling yourself, I am the happiest person on earth. And living with that. And living with that knowledge, kind of like making that your mantra. And seeing what happens. Because I'm feeling this energy in the soles of my feet and like in the center of my palms, where you will see you'll be led in a very spectacular direction. You might not feel it right away. You might be down the road a piece, but you're going to see that it's going to have a fantastic impact. And then we have the otter spirit. You are never alone. You never are. You have one otter here, you have one otter here, making that beautiful heart, and you are never alone, and you are deeply loved. And that's something that is astoundingly powerful. And if you're sitting there and laughing and saying, Dane, I'm not deeply loved. You are deeply loved by divinity, by your angels, by your spirit guides. They have this tremendous power, this tremendous connection with you, Virgo. Utilize it, embrace it. Your subconscious message for this time, your spirit animal, is the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan, and spirit has your back. So that is really important. Trust in spirit's plan. Trust in the way that it moves you forward. It's going to take you on a ride you never expected. The King of Swords is your subconscious person. So you do have a fantastic, there's a mindfulness with the Queen of Swords, but there's this powerful connection with the King of Swords. And it's almost as if, I just got chills. It's almost as if, like, the Queen of Swords is a bit rough, a bit like to the point. The King of Swords is going to be a little bit more tactful, but this is a person who cuts right to the chase. And you're going to really utilize the power of both of these, because whenever I have the King and the Queen of the same suit from the same deck, it's a soulmate connection. And here it's an interesting soulmate connection because they're opposites, right? One is aid and one is to be mindful of. But I see this as, Spirit is saying, no, they have that connection. They have that power to them. So the Queen, which can come across as, quote unquote, more masculine, the Queen of Swords, can also have this King of Swords mentality to them, or vice versa, where this person really does, help cut through cut through the malarkey and get right to the heart of things. And that's going to be really powerful for you. Also annoying because you're not going to like the way they present. Your subconscious chakra message is peace. This is the crown chakra. And this is moving yourself forward in peace and in harmony and in understanding. And that's going to be really big for you. That's going to be really, really big, kind of sitting there and being mindful and being, connected and telling yourself, again, I'm the happiest person in the world. Even if you know that it's an absolute lie. And as you tell yourself it, it becomes slightly more of the truth and slightly more of the truth, or a less annoying thing to say. And you'll start to see your peace come in. But it's also focusing on peace, focusing on harmony, focusing on the power of your heart, your soul, yourself. This leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is prosperity, yes, but it's also vampiric energy. It's kind of like that prosperity being robbed away, pulled away. It's having people drain you. It's having people be overwhelming. And this is saying you really need to focus on yourself. Subconsciously, you need to give yourself time to focus, to heal, to release those emotional vampires, those people who latch on and who take advantage. And here, Virgo, it's like, no. And for you, this is going to be hard because you are such a giving person that to say no, to say it's time to look at things differently, to cleanse your energy and reground yourself, that's going to be astoundingly important. And then it leads you to going deeper with the tarot to the subconscious message of the Three of Cups. This vampiric energy is from people here who were supposed to celebrate you. The Three of Cups are people who are supposed to raise their glass to you, who were supposed to be on your side, and this person just couldn't do it. And the scar could be deep. The scar could be a parent. The scar could be a teacher. The scar could be a lover. It doesn't matter what this person was. It matters the hurt they left behind and how deeply it runs. And you've learned, I'm not going to trust people fully. I'm not going to put myself out there like that. And that was good in the sense of knowing that things really do rely on us. But it's also coming to a healing, to the place of this is on you and it's not on me. Oh, excuse me. And I like that, the countdown from 4 to 3, where it's like, and it's a cleanse. It's a cleanse. It's like, I will not be held back by my past anymore. I will not be denied my future because of my past. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this with a meditation, a cleansing of our energy, a raising of our energy vibration, a moving forward in peace, harmony, and connection with our life purpose, our souls, and ourselves. All right, so take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you.